This is Trenell, your life enhancing specialist with a Monday motivation. Write a book. But yes, you already know I gotta hit you with that dad joke. How many lips does a flower have? Two lips. Write a book. Man, I will always remember the moment when I was encouraged to write a book. I was invited to speak at Mr. Zig Ziglar's Monday devotion and simply just to share my story. And I remember rolling into this room and it was packed. Mr. Ziegler was on my right side, along with Tom standing next to him. And I went in there and did my thing and shared my story. And man, they loved it. And as I was rolling out, Mr. Ziegler stopped me, looked me in my eyes, and said, Trenell, you're going to inspire more people than I have. Write a book. And guess what I did? Yep, it was years later, but I decided to write a book. And I want to encourage you to write a book. You don't have to publish it, but by writing out your story, you're able to leave your legacy. You're able to share your story with your children's children, sharing with them the philosophy and the success that helped you get to where you are today. Or you can just keep it for yourself. Not only did I decide to write a book, I recently done an audio book. I'm going to give you a little peek into that audio book.
Forward, read by Tom Ziegler.
I first met T.R.E.N.L.L about 10 years ago. There was something about his smile that made him stand out when he rolled into our offices. He came to attend our Monday morning devotions and to meet my dad, Zig Ziglar. This meeting was the start of a relationship that blossomed into a friendship and a mentorship. T.R.E.N.L.L would call or send me a text and ask to meet or talk because he had some questions. Questions about speaking more effectively, about impacting others, about building his business. The funny thing is, along the way, the mentorship flipped. I still give T.R.E.N.L.L ideas on the questions he asks, but then I get to ask him questions. And that is when truth and wisdom start to really flow. The book you hold in your hands was hashed out on many a workout call with T.R.E.N.L.L. T.R.E.N.L.L knows I work out on the elliptical and asks me what time my next workout is, and then he gives me a call. We talk while I work out, and I've gotten in much better shape physically and mentally because these talks cannot be cut short. After one of our particularly powerful workout conversations about his book and all the challenges in the world, I started thinking that there should be a movie made about T.R.E.N.L.L. I thought about the opening scene in the movie and how it would introduce T.R.E.N.L.L to the viewer. Following is what I wrote, inspired in part by the Mandalorian series from Star Wars. This is the way. The room was crowded and filled with hopelessness and despair. Everyone was convinced there was no way out. Well, not everyone. The least likely in the room was sitting by the wall, listening with a slight smile on his face. I need help. I grew up in an alcoholic, drug-filled, abusive, broken home. With what happened to me, how can I ever amount to anything? I am a victim, said the little white woman to the group of downtrodden misfits. Where I grew up, the system was rigged, and it's still rigged against people like me. The doors of opportunity are only open for the wealthy and the privileged people. I am a victim, said the black man. That's nothing. My family had to flee poverty, slavery, and violence. We walked hundreds of miles and paid mules to sneak us into this country 20 years ago. We have lived in fear of being deported, built this country, paid taxes, and still we are denied access to the basics every person should have. I would fight and die for this country, yet there is nothing I can do. The system is too powerful, and I am nothing. I am a victim, said the brown man. Early on, I knew I was different. I have ADHD and autism. It's hard for me to connect and communicate, and the world is against me. All I'm good for is just staying to myself. I am a victim, said the woman of unknown origin. Quietly, the black man sitting by the wall in the powered wheelchair rolled to the center of the room. As people got out of his way, they noticed his smile. This seemed to settle the room down, and then he began to speak in a calm and confident voice, just above a whisper, as the attention of the room turned to him. I am familiar with your stories. My dad abandoned me when I was a baby, and my single mom did all she could to make ends meet for our family in our small town. Even with the deck stacked against me, I was filled with hope because I was a football prodigy destined for the NFL. Starting on the varsity team my freshman year, everything changed. I went in for a tackle, broke my neck, and have not moved anything below my chin since then. I wanted to give up, but my mom wouldn't let me. I had to fight the system every step of the way, and despite the system, I went to college and got a job. And yet, I still felt unworthy and less than a man. Digging into why I felt like a victim, I made the choice to reclaim my relationship with my father and forgive him. Not easy, but worth it. Not for him, but for me. This forgiveness gave me power and made me realize I am not a victim. I realized I had a choice to either accept the victim label everyone gave me or to choose to be the victor. I am not a victim, and neither are you. Follow me. This is the way. T.R.E.N.L.L has a powerful way of giving hope to the hopeless, of inspiring victory out of despair, of overcoming setbacks in amazing ways. If you need encouragement, a plan, a hand up, or know someone who does, then this book is for you. This is the way. Tom Ziglar, CEO, Ziglar Inc., proud son of Zig Ziglar.
All right, now it's your turn to go out there and write a book. And you can go get mine at Amazon.com or at TriumphBeyondLimits.com. And the audiobook will be out around August. So keep an eye out for that. And as I always have to encourage you, have a positive effect so you may empower generations. And subscribe.